Now that we can switch between the two views, we're ready to display the cart. Notice that I have added a table within the div that's displayed if we are viewing the cart. This is just some simple table markup that has no directives or anything like that. This means that we can focus our attention on the most interesting parts rather than typing out a lot of HTML markup. First, I only want to display the table if we actually have items in the cart. So on the table element here, I'll add a vif directive and cart.items. If the length of this array is greater than 0, I want the table to be displayed. Otherwise, let's go down here right after the table, add a paragraph as a sibling, and add the velse directive. And as the text, let's say your cart is currently empty. Now with that out of the way, we can start working on a table. So here I have a table row, which is a table row that I want to repeat for each item in the cart. So here I'll add the v4 directive. The alias is going to be item in cart.items, which is our data property, and the items property within the cart property. And the first TD element here is going to contain the product name. So I'll use the alias here, item, and the product property within this item. And on this object, I can access the name property. Let's also display the quantity. So item.quantity. And let's display how much we need to pay for this particular item. So I need to multiply the product's price with the quantity. So item.quantity multiplied by item.product.price. And since we're dealing with money, I'll use the currency filter here as well. So let's just open the browser, refresh the page, and add a few items to the cart. And here we see them being rendered within the cart. Now I also want to display a subtotal because I'm going to add taxes to the amount that we have to pay eventually. So the subtotal is just going to be the price for all the products before taxes. So let's go down here where I can output the subtotal, and remember that we actually have a computed property named cartTotal that provides us with this number. So here I can use this computed property, and I'll also use the currency filter here. Let's see that it works. So let's add 2 products, view the cart, and now we see the subtotal as well. As for the taxes, we actually need to add a computed property for this because the tax amount depends on the amount for the products. So let's go to our Vue instance within the computed object and add a tax amount computed property. And here I need to access the cart total. So I'll just return this.cartTotal. And notice that here I'm using another computed property. And this works no problem, which is actually pretty cool. So the cart total multiplied by 10, and I'll just wrap this in some parentheses, divided by 100, and let's add more parentheses. So this will just give me 10% of the cart total and return this number. So I can use this computed property within the template. Let's go here for the taxes and enter tax amount. And I'll use the currency filter here as well. Let's see that it works. Add a few products, view the cart. And yeah, that seems to be working. So now we just need to add the grand total as well. So the grand total is actually going to be the cart total plus the tax amount. So basically we're taking our 2 computed properties and adding the numbers together. So cart total plus tax amount, and also the currency filter. Let's open the browser once again, do the same thing as we did a few times, view the cart, And now we see the grand total as well. And everything looks good. Except for one thing. Did you notice that one of the products is being displayed 2 times within the cart because I added it twice? This is not that great actually. Wouldn't it be better if those were grouped together and the quantity was increased instead to 2? Well, let's implement that.